Hey y'all, it's gonna be AJ first and then coach. So we can just open up with questions for AJ when he sits down.
Hey AJ, this is Glenn West here with LSU Country. When Cade steps up to the plate, just talk about that moment there in the last couple minutes, and y'all getting that walk off to end the game.
It was huge. It was a huge win for us. I mean, the guys out of the pen stepped up when they came out of the game, and then with what happened to Devin, you don't see that all the time with Devin. He comes in all the time and like usually gets out of situations like that. But it's just one of those days. And with Cade stepping up and hitting that home run at the end, it's just a big boost of confidence for the team right now.
AJ, what maybe changed for you after the first inning? Because it seemed like you were just so much more settled for the rest of your outing.
So the first thing, my mechanics were out of whack. I was just flying open too early and not staying behind pitches and staying on the ball like I normally do. And after that first inning, just settled down and really focus on staying behind the ball and keep my front shoulder closed and making sure I make sure everything just goes towards the catcher and not flying open towards first base.
I know it was a rough outing for Devin, but just talk about Will Helmers and Alex Brady and their two combination and out of the bullpen, how they did.
Yeah, they stepped up big time for the team with Helmers going in there and the situation like that, going out there and throwing was a 2 1/3 shutout innings and just going out there filling up the zone and getting quick outs. And then with Brady coming in at the end, just going out there and doing what he's been doing all year, just getting quick outs and filling up the zone and keeping hitters off balance.
What with blowing, not well blowing. I mean, with the game suddenly getting tied there late, to have a win all of a sudden like that and in such sort of exciting fashion, what does that do for y'all now going into the second game of a doubleheader?
I feel like I said, it's just a big boost of confidence for us, and we have like momentum going in for the second game, and just seems like our offense right now these past couple of games is clicking on all cylinders, and so it's just good to keep that momentum going for the hitters, and then same thing for the pitchers. Just keep going out there and getting guys out and just fill up the zone, and like knowing we've been doing all year.
Yeah.
No, I don't hear them.
I'm good.
Okay. Thank y'all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just a little.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right.
Sorry, guys. I had guys and gals. I had to write out the lineup so everybody knew who was playing for the second game. Ooh, exciting ball game. Y'all enjoy that?
Hey, Paul. Yeah, you've been a part of so many of those moments. I mean, just is it just another one for you? I mean, how is this one special? Or just, I mean, talk about those last couple minutes there.
Well, Glenn, every game is special in its own way. They're all important. I've coached, I don't know how many games, over 2,000 games, and I can recall just about every one of them. You put so much into each game. Every game means so much, and the kids are out there, just giving it everything they've got. It means so much to them that, you just pour your heart and soul into every ball game. I don't care who you're playing, if it's conference, non-conference, if it's in the World Series or regular season, they all matter. And like I told the team after the game, it doesn't always go according to script. In the first inning, we had was it the first inning when we had a really nice rally and, got a couple big hits here. I'm trying to remember how we even scored. What I remember Beloso having a big swing, moving the runners up. How did we score? Oh, Cade Doty hit a double, if I'm not mistaken, right? And it looked like we were going to have a good offensive day, but their left-hander was really crafty and made it really difficult on us again. I mean, this Youngstown team they were a good team, very, very solid fundamentally. They made some terrific plays. Their pitching was really good. Their hitters were very aggressive, and it was a dogfight. Every game in college baseball is a dogfight. I have a saying that I say all the time. It's hard to win college baseball games. I don't care who you're playing. I saw yesterday all the top teams in the country seem to have lost. So anybody can beat anybody on a given day. And I tip my hat to that Youngstown State team. They didn't have any quit in them, and they fought back against an All-American closer and got a couple of big hits when they needed to tie the ball game up. And then, really, I thought Devin Fontenot getting that last out and keeping the game tied was huge. And I was really proud of him for doing that. And I just didn't want to send him back out there in the ninth inning after he had worked so hard in the eighth inning. And I thought Alex Brady came in and worked around the error and did a tremendous job, made some clutch pitches. And then, of course, Dylan got us, started by getting hit by the pitch. And then we got a break. We were trying to steal second, but their kid was really quick to the plate. And he did a good job of holding Dylan on, and Dylan was having a tough time getting a jump. And the one time he did get a good jump to try to get in scoring position, Cade fouled the ball off. And then, of course, they threw the ball away, which got him into scoring position. And especially going all the way to third base, put a lot of pressure on them, because now if you throw a ball in the dirt that gets away from the catcher, the winning run scores. So, in a pitcher's mind, he wants to be a little bit extra careful to not throw it in the dirt, probably hung it a little bit. And Cade Doty took advantage of that and hit it out of the ballpark to win the game for us. But it was very exciting. These kind of wins do an awful lot for a team's self-confidence, and they never feel like they're out of a game. And especially when you're at home, if you can leave a team out on the field, it just energizes the crowd, the fan base, the kids are excited. I don't care who you're playing.
Coach, what does this say about your young squad and just their resiliency that you've already seen so far this season?
That pitcher that pitched against us today was a sixth-year senior, 24 years old. And I know we had 4 guys in our lineup that were 18 years old. So it was a 6-year difference between their pitcher and 4 of our hitters. Plus, we had a couple of 19-year-olds as well. So, again, and anytime they have success and they show some poise and composure when the pressure is so great, I think it does an awful lot to build their confidence. You have to have confidence to succeed in the first place, but when you continue to have success, I think it just starts to make you feel, even more and more, give you more and more belief in yourself and in your team. And it's been a total team effort through this early part of this season. We've used a lot of guys off the bench that, I wanted to give Milazzo a break in the first game. I thought Jacob Wyeth played a great game, and then he got a big base hit for us there. We pinch ran for him and got a big tack on run there when Trey Morgan came through with a clutch 2-out base hit. But then, he came out of the game, we put Milazzo in, and Milazzo, I think, really energized the crowd with that terrific catch up against the backstop, and, kind of threw his body into the wall there and hurt his shoulder a little bit. Hopefully he'll be okay. But I think all that stuff really sparks the team and gives them an awful lot of belief in themselves.
Paul, will Alex be available for the second game here today?
Alex Milazzo, he says he is. Yeah. So
of course he says he is.
the trainer
Yeah.
said that he just thinks that he bumped it and bruised it a little bit, and he had a little bit of a nerve reaction to it, but he doesn't think there's anything structurally wrong. So Milazzo passed all the tests and he's ready to go.
And then long before, all those sort of events in the last innings, it seemed like AJ Labas pitched really well. Will Helmer's pitched really well. What do you say about their performances?
Well, the first inning, I didn't think AJ was in a very good rhythm at all. He just seemed out of sync, even in his warm-up pitches before the first inning. And uncharacteristically walked the leadoff batter and really struggled, but he made some big pitches just to get out of that first inning jam. Really kept us in the game. The wind was galing out, and I thought, oh my goodness, if they throw up a 4 or 5 spot here in the first inning against this tough left-hander today, we're going to have our work cut out for us. But he got out of that jam, and then I thought he really found a good groove and got through 5 innings. And if this was a little later in the season, he would have kept going. But I just thought, I think he was at about 65 pitches, and because he had to work so hard in that first inning, I thought that was the right time to get him out of the game. I thought Will Helmers came in and did a terrific job, and he could have kept going as well. But again, he pitched on Wednesday. So, Thursday, Friday, had 2 days rest. He threw about 30 pitches today. I thought he did a tremendous job. Could have kept going. But, when one runner got on base there, I just thought it was time to bring in Devin Fontenot. The tying run was at the plate. And, the worst thing Devin did was walk the first batter, but again, you give credit to Youngstown. The first batter that he walked really fought off some tough pitches that Devin was making some great pitches. And then he got the other kid 2 strikes on him, and he tried to slip a slider by him, and the kid stayed back on it really well and just kind of put the barrel on it and flicked it into left field. And then the other kid, hit the ball to center field, and Brody didn't get a great jump on that ball. And I think, Giovanni or one of the other faster guys probably would have caught that ball in center field. But, we tried to, we sacrificed a little defense for offense there. And that's the result. You don't make some of the plays that you're typically used to having. So those are the decisions that you have to make as a coach. If you sacrifice one thing, if you want one thing, you're going to have to sacrifice something else sometimes. But, Devin shouldn't hang his head. I mean, he's a great pitcher, and it's going to be a long season. And I told him after the game 1,000 times that situation, I'd take him 1,000 times again, and he'll be fine. He was throwing the ball exceptionally hard. Again, you give a lot of credit to Youngstown State. They battled him hard and made him work hard. And I just can't say enough about Alex Brady, the job that he did coming in. So really, the bullpen did a really terrific job, holding the game to a tie game when you're the home team is really important. Then you still have the chance to just score and win the game in a walk-off fashion, which is what we did.
Coach, when you see a guy like a Doty, a local kid, to have a moment like that and celebrate with his teammates, I'm sure he'll remember that for the rest of his life. What's it like as a coach to watch something like that and to see those guys, celebrate?
Well, I've been here 15 years now, Jacques, and I'm in my 15th year. So I've had the experience to see a lot of kids have those kind of experiences, and they're wonderful. They're things that these kids will never forget. This is what's so awesome about playing at LSU and getting to celebrate with their teammates and have those kinds of experiences. You're right. It's something that they'll treasure forever. And Cade Doty is an outstanding ball player. He's one of our top hitters, of course, one of the top hitters in the SEC. And you never get down on Cade, even if his batting average is low, because he's still hitting the ball hard. He just has some bad luck. He doesn't get down on himself because he's always very positive and has great self-confidence. And I was very confident that he was going to go up there and hit a ball hard somewhere. I was just hoping it wasn't going to be right at somebody. And again, when you hit it over the fence, you're not going to have any bad luck. So I was glad to see that ball go into the bleachers, but I would have taken a bloop single right there. That would have made me happy. Good enough? Okay, let's go play again. Long day.